after, of course, part of capital recovery. But what you generate extra will be sold for revenue, for more family income, rather than selling bond paper in government ministries. We can sell power and generate money. Madam Speaker, to demonstrate that your government is not just talking, your government is doing things here. These reforms have led to investments in the sector, a lot of investments, but still not enough. Still not enough. We are intensifying the energy mix, Madam Speaker, to the subsector to be resilient to climate change and increase our generation capacity. Notable interventions, Madam Speaker, include 94 megawatts Copperbelt Energy Corporation project, which we megawatts. We are working on phase 2 on Chisamba. Phase 1 is done, 100 megawatts. Phase 2, another in the same location, and we believe we'll do it quicker. The first one, Madam Speaker, was done in 10 months. The second phase, we've directed our colleagues to do it in 7 months, so that we've learnt our lessons. MP Chisamba is now a host to a constituency which is a big investor and contributing to economic growth. Chisamba. And more projects are coming through. But make projects come to your area by facilitating land availability. That's what Chief Chamuka did. Made land available. Now he's a host to 100 megawatts plus 100, 200 megawatts. Even his own needs will be met from there. Madam Speaker, a lot more projects, I don't want to waste your time, are coming through across the country. Eastern Province, Luapula, Northern, Central, Western, Southern, a lot more. Madam Speaker, many in this House did not believe that we could get Mamba Phase 2, 300 megawatts in place. Progress is moving there. It's hugely made. Next year, Mamba 300 megawatts will be supplying electricity into the grid. This is a project that we started not long ago in recognition of the shortage of energy. So let no one say that we are seated and doing nothing. We are doing a lot, but more can be done, especially from the private sector. That is our message, Madam Speaker. We believe that we will meet our 1 million megawatts of solar energy. Even if we miss the deadline, incrementally, we are making progress. I think that's important. We don't want to make promises. Why? Because we need more work. But we will do our best. Madam Speaker, we are also paying attention to people in the compounds. We are doing a switch meaning to allow our people in the compounds to have more power for their lighting, for their saloons, for their barber shops, for their welding needs, because their income depends on that. So we would like this House to support those measures so that we who can afford it have alternatives. Those who cannot afford, we give them more power. I think it's only fair. So 2 critical areas. Those colleagues of ours, less privileged, 2, mining and industry, including farming, must continue to receive power. So we don't shut the economy down. That's the issue that we are faced with. I think I've said enough, Madam Speaker, on this one. Madam Speaker, we have issues that we are collaborating in the energy sector with Africa as a continent. For example, we have a project we call Mission 300. This is a project which the AU, together with partners, has contrived to deliver power to 300 million Africans. But our agenda is to deliver power, universal power access to all the citizens. Which citizen are you going to say they must not receive power? So yes, Mission 300, we're working on that, but we have to do more. And I think it's important that this House, I repeat, take this as a business opportunity. I remind people, choose your businesses properly. This business is clean. You don't have to know anybody. Bring the project. Any one member of parliament here, bring a project of 50 megawatts, this president will run with it. Yes. Yes. Yes, bring it. We'll run with it. To support you. Because there's demand, supply is short. What other business are you looking for? And in this business, Madam Speaker, you get paid. Because the ultimate customer is the mine. Is an irrigator, is a factory. You don't have to bribe anyone. So I want to encourage you in this house and your friends, your business partners in the country, outside the country, bring them here. Please. Namikupa Shangwe. I will explain, Madam Speaker. I am saying I am pleading with you. Namikupa Shangwe. I'm pleading with you. Let's deliver power for our country. Madam Speaker, I will leave it at that on power. And I want to repeat, this is an area where your government is having sleepless nights. I am a little bit aggressive, unlike usual, Madam Speaker, on this issue, to my colleagues to get the job done. And we're meeting, we're following projects. I'm sending people to Mamba. In Chisamba, I gave ZESCO, Kariba North Bank, which actually partnered with Stanbic to develop that project. I gave them a deadline, and I told them, put lights up there, work in the night. And they were able to deliver in 10 months. Now I've said to them, you deliver in 7 months, phase 2. And we must all pay attention to that. Let's support that MP. Let's support Chief Chamuka. Let's support everyone else where the power stations are located in your constituencies. Mleishi wotuntu. Madam Speaker, these members of the parliament, they must know the projects happening in their constituencies. In English, Madam, I'm saying they need to know things so that they can support the projects and encourage whoever is invested in your constituency. You must be there. You shouldn't be told. You must be the one telling us what is going on there. Then we can move quicker. Thank you, Madam Speaker, on this call. But once more, we appreciate our people's patience, but we don't take it for granted on electricity. Madam Speaker, in the petroleum sector, government has continued to implement reforms aimed at ensuring security of supply of petroleum products through enhanced private sector participation. Again, private sector. We recognize our country's unique geographical land-linked position that places our full dependence on neighboring countries for our fuel supply chains. We recognize that. As such, we are addressing historical inefficiencies in the utilization of our strategic fuel reserve infrastructure, many of which were riddled again with litigation, half completed, contracts were not done properly, and we're cleaning up that area. And when we do clean up these areas, Madam Speaker, we don't want those who are involved to complain. All we want is to make these fuel reserve, infrastructure available for our country. We have to do that, yes, for everyone, even those who messed up things. Madam Speaker, we do recognize the importance of strategic fuel reserve infrastructure. I want to repeat that. And safeguard our fuel supply security. Like food, fuel insecurity is national insecurity. We recognize that. Over the past 2 quarters, Madam Speaker, we've made sweeping reforms to the low sulfur diesel supply chain by introducing the fuel open access. As we've done for electricity, we are doing it for fuel open access regime on the Tazama pipeline. These reforms have allowed us to lower the pump price. Madam Speaker, I'm sure your members have seen that the pump price on average has been going down. It is the reforms we put in place. It is not by chance. Right? So these reforms have allowed us to lower the pump price of diesel by close to 30% since we implemented the open access platform in the usage of Tazama. Now, this is since April. Please, you can rejig your memory. Since April 2025, we intend to strengthen the reforms here, the open access framework, and further deliver stable and competitive pricing for diesel, and are working, Madam Speaker, this is important, are working to extend this to petrol, because it's only been applying to diesel, because that's the only facility you can move so far at the moment on the pipeline, Tazama pipeline. Further, government continues to work on a process aimed at constructing a new multi-product pipeline between Zambia and Tanzania. This is a huge investment. We're inviting the private sector. The government doesn't have a balance sheet to do it. Even if we had, we don't want public money to be used that way. We are inviting partners in this area. It's a colossal investment, but it's rewarding for those that invest in the sector. So, Madam Speaker, this will significantly complement the capacity of the existing pipeline, thereby guaranteeing supply security and stable commodity pricing in the fuel subsector of energy. Madam Speaker, this is another area where we are having long nights and days because the sector was messed up for many years and the cleanup faces resistance. We know that. Cleanup faces resistance, but we are doing it for good reasons, to benefit everybody, not a few. Science and technology. Madam Speaker, technology, science, innovation are engines of economic transformation. To this end, we are investing in information and communication technology infrastructure, whilst enhancing digital literacy, promoting innovation-driven entrepreneurship, and investing in research and skills development. We are doing all these at the same time. Over the past 4 years, Madam Speaker, our ICT sector has experienced remarkable growth. Minister Technology, thank you very much. Where is Minister Technology? Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, numbers don't lie. This sector grew by 17.4%, increasing the sector's contribution to overall GDP growth in our economy. Mobile phone penetration now extends 71.8% compared to 63.3% in 2021. Internet subscriptions reached 13.5 million people compared to 10.4 million people in 2021. In 2024, mobile money transactions, Madam Speaker, even yourself will be surprised. Mobile money transactions reached an unprecedented 486 billion kwacha through mobile money. Absolutely. It's a revolution. It's a revolution. With 12.9 million active accounts. In a population of 20 million people, 12.9 million people are active on mobile money in the country. And people don't have to jump on a bus to go to a post office to receive money. They receive money next to their house. Madam Speaker, for now, many will not see the value of this to the economy. In a few years' time, you will see the tremendous value that the economy will benefit from this. And we would like to continue this trajectory and thank citizens for uptaking technology because it's more efficient, it's quicker. Working on fraud, yes. Working on fraud. So, Madam Speaker, this is that digital trust and financial inclusion are taking root in our country. Madam Speaker, trade and investment. Your government is working tirelessly to stimulate trade, attract more investment, and empower local entrepreneurs. This is positioning our country as a competitive participant in both regional and global markets. Madam Speaker, your country is no longer at the edge of national engagement, international engagement, regional included. We're no longer at the edge. We are right inside there. That's extremely important. We have attracted more investments, Madam Speaker, in mining, agriculture, renewable energy, digital technology, among others, more than we have done before, ever before. Figures are there. These investments are translating into economic growth, Madam Speaker, business opportunities, treasury income, and more jobs for our people, especially the youth of Zambia. Madam Speaker, especially for Imisepela, means the youth. Thank you. In 2021, our non-traditional exports, Madam Speaker, were $2.6 billion. Currently, they stand at $3.6 billion. $1 billion more. This is not a joke. More of our honey, small things, honey, maize seed, I mentioned about that, beef. Even before we put the efforts we're putting, cotton, tobacco, sugar, cement, and other products are being exported within Africa and beyond. A clear demonstration of our groundbreaking strides and phenomenal economic turnaround from where we were in August 2021. It's a phenomenal turnaround. No question about it. But more can be done. More can be done. And more should and will be done, Madam Speaker. That is extremely important. Let's comment a little bit. The clear demonstration of our groundbreaking stride, Madam Speaker, includes the phenomenal economic turnaround in performance of the Lusaka Securities Exchange, the capital market, the all-share index, Madam Speaker. Recently, the LUSE has posted a remarkable 55.8% growth on year to date. This is a mark of investor confidence, backed by real fundamentals. Real fundamentals, Madam Speaker. Please take note of the selection of words. Our methodical approach is working. And the numbers are speaking louder than ever before. More importantly, we are working on reforms that will allow, Madam Speaker, I must repeat this, emphasize this. More importantly, Madam Speaker, we are working on reforms that will allow for more innovation and participation of ordinary Zambians in the capital market. The rollout will be clear very soon. New products there, but we have to legislate because there are limitations in the existing legislation. We ask this House to allow us to legislate quickly, since you have opened now, so that new products can come through, which citizens can contribute 100 kwacha, 1,000 kwacha, 5,000 kwacha, and collectively we can invest this money even in the generation of energy. There are restrictions in the law. We will come to you quickly, and please answer the call for expeditious decision making. Madam Speaker, I believe that the fundamentals are in place now. We're working on reforms, more reforms. We're asking for support of this House to expedite, to accelerate the work that needs to be done to open the capital market. We have made significant progress in accelerating the development of special economic zones, Madam Speaker, across the country. By the end of 2024, the zones had attracted 87 companies that were fully operational, with an investment outlay of, Madam Speaker, $2.9 billion in these zones alone. Over 48,000 jobs have been created. In addition, 47 companies were at a construction stage in the various economic special bonds. Madam Speaker, I can say one thing only here. At the S3 launch, Kansanshi, the $1.25 billion project, which has been completed, the bore mills, the miners here, MPs on the copper belt, know what bore mills are now being manufactured in the Kalumbila M phase. We used to import these from Australia. Now they are being manufactured here. This is very important, Madam Speaker, to this House. And we want this House to encourage more work like this. More jobs there. More jobs there. Additional special economic zones, Madam Speaker, will include the Beef Special Economic Zone along the Kafue Flats, North Bank, South Bank. Agricultural Special Economic Zones covering Mpongwe, Masaiti, Kafulafuta, Ngabwe, those areas. The FinTech Multi-Facility Zone in Chongwe, MP for Chongwe, Minister Masebo. The Golden Baobab Multi-Facility Economic Zone in Kafue MP. It's already happening there. Jobs are already being created there. And the wonderful Group Industrial Park in Chilanga. Madam Speaker, I want to encourage your House through you to organize sections of these MPs to visit that area. When you go there, you will have a different mindset when you return. What was a rocky farm is now a huge industrial center, producing fertilizer, and this month I'll be commissioning 85 megawatts of power electricity from there, associated with the manufacture of urea and ammonia. These are new technologies. They were never there before. I want to encourage you, Madam Speaker, to create batches of your MPs and take them there. It's very near here. And see what is going on in your country just around your backyard. Then you'll have a different perception of what is happening in the country. Madam Speaker, most important, we intend to increase economic activities across all the 10 provinces of our country. This government is determined, Madam Speaker, to make sure every province grows its economy. Every one of the 10 provinces. Madam Speaker, straying a bit, Kawambwa is a special interest to this president. Kawambwa for Luapula can inject economic activity in Luapula province. So we need to work very hard, you colleagues, we colleagues from Kawambwa, because every ingredient is there. Madam Speaker, that farm which we own was operating on diesel generators. Very expensive. I went there, I instructed ZESCO to connect that farm. That farm now is on the national grid, and we're lowering the cost of operating the farm in Kawambwa. We must start manufacturing things in Kawambwa. So every province must have a center that will drive economic activity. And when our population see that, they will understand the transformation taking place. Sometimes you have to see in order to believe. This is one I'm suggesting. Madam Speaker, micro, small, and medium enterprises. These are very important. These are very important. Madam Speaker, jobs are anchored on small, in fact, micro, small, medium enterprise. Anywhere in the world. This is not an exception. Madam Speaker, to walk the talk in this area, your government, just to give you a comparison, your government was earlier, I don't say this government was, your government, right, in 2021, before August, was spending 40 million kwacha only per year in this sector. Now, your government has upgraded this to 1.5 billion to reflect the importance of this sector. Madam Speaker. Also, we have reduced the interest rate for loans to micro, small, medium enterprises. Madam Speaker, I'm unhappy to tell you that our people don't pay back loans. The loan repayment culture in this country is very bad. And your government is working on measures to address this situation, to lend efficiently at a lower rate, yes, but higher recoveries. And we'll be partnering with banks because they know how to lend, they know how to collect. When we lend and collect, the fund grows. When we lend and our people don't pay back, the fund shrinks. We can't be going to the Treasury every year to ask for more money. This fund must grow, Madam Speaker. So I believe, Madam Speaker, in this area, different measures are being taken to strengthen that aspect. But we will never leave SMEs alone. This is the engine of growth. Labor and industrial relations. Madam Speaker, I want to start by commending the labor movement and our hard-working public and private sector workers for the spirit of harmony and collaboration they continue to show in their relations with employers. Madam Speaker, through our open door policy, Minister of Labor, thank you, Madam, and the practice of constant dialogue, we have not witnessed the industrial unrest in this country. Very important. Doing business in the streets, shouting at each other does not solve problems, but dialogue. So we want to thank the unions, the workers, public, private sector, employers for engagement. Madam Speaker, industrial harmony is very important for economic growth. Building bridges of trust and partnership is very important. Madam Speaker, I stray, but it's in my speech. I also want to commend our students in schools, colleges, universities for embracing dialogue as the most civilized way of resolving challenges. Madam Speaker, changes happen in these small doses in an economy. When you have less conflict, less sticks flying all over the shore, you can focus your time and attention on growing the economy. That is what we're doing. And also, unions, workers, students see the reward. They see the value that arises from a growing economy. Madam Speaker, industrial peace is not only a sign of unity between government and workers, it is also the bedrock upon which our economy must grow. Let us therefore continue to nurture it and nurture this spirit of cooperation so that together, as one people, we will build a stronger and more prosperous Zambia. Transport infrastructure. Your government, Madam Speaker, has continued to develop transport infrastructure throughout the country. We are utilizing both public and private financing, especially through public-private partnerships. A model that was frowned upon, but a model that has delivered. Thank you, Minister of Infrastructure. A model that is delivering. No question about it. To this end, the Chingola-Kasumbalesa Road, Madam Speaker, has been completed satisfactorily. Better quality, lower cost, delivered on time. Simple. Pricing is right, quality is right, delivery is timely. 3 rules only. Feshtika. Things are happening. The Luansha Fisenge Masangano Road. Avena Chiwe. The Luansha Fisenge Masangano Road has been completed. Madam Speaker, let me speak for all to hear. Let me speak for all to hear. The first ever all-concrete Kitwes Chivuluma Road has been completed. Never has this country seen a concrete road. We decided, I remember having a chat with that Minister of Infrastructure, I said, let's do a pilot. And we chose that Chivuluma Road. Honorable Mpundu is not here. He and I spoke, Honorable Binwe Mpundu, and I promised him that we would do Chibuluma Road as a concrete road. He knows, and we've done it. Please inform him that we respected his views, and it's done. Chibuluma Road is done. Chibuluma Road is done. Chibuluma Road is done. Madam Speaker, in addition, works on the Ndola Sakanya Road, Ndola Mufrila Mokambo Road, and the Lusaka Ndola dual carriage have advanced very, very well. Madam Speaker, the Lusaka Ndola Road was to be done at $1.3 billion, 127 kilometers. Was to be done at $1.3 billion, plus interest $1.8 billion. This road is being done at $645 million. Madam Speaker, words cannot be manipulated to an extent where we say different things. In here, this road is being done at $645 million. Same length, better quality, off balance sheet, on time. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. And I want to thank the ministers, Copper Belt Minister, Central Province Minister, Lusaka Province Minister, for your cooperation. We can do more. We can do more. We can do more. Madam Speaker, works on the Great North Road from Chinsali to Nakonde are also progressing well. I want to thank Muchinga Minister, Northern Province Minister, and the members of Parliament in these areas. Thank you for your support and your cooperation. Madam Speaker, with some sections on this road having reached 99%, I am pushing with you. Let's push together to accelerate works on that road. We can increase the speed. Madam Speaker, the upgrading of the Monze Niko Road to bituminous standard will be completed by November this year. Madam Speaker, this road was never touched for 50 years. Now it will be completed. Madam Speaker, I beg to move in the case of the upgrading to bituminous standards of my beloved Chipata Chadiza Road. Chipata Chadiza Road, significant progress is being made, and this month I'll be visiting that road. Chadiza Chipata. Yes, Honorable Daka. Now, Madam Speaker, on these roads we can do more. We're doing things, we can do more. I'm asking my colleagues in infrastructure, in engineers, for us to be more innovative, to uptake new technologies, to do the works that we need. I think we can do it. And, Madam Speaker, we are also improving rural roads connectivity across the country. Since 2021, we have rehabilitated 2,450 kilometers of rural roads. In addition, local authorities have worked on 860 kilometers of feeder roads through the Enhanced Constituency Development Fund. The creation of local capacity, Madam Speaker, please, this House must pay attention, at district level in working on our roads, in delivering upgrading old roads and new roads, and more importantly, sustaining maintenance. In this country, Madam Speaker, we allow roads to degenerate. We are walking, we are looking, we are watching until it becomes too expensive to mend. We need to increase, improve the capacity to maintain roads on an ongoing basis. It's cheaper, it's the right thing to do. So we expect the districts through the CDF, the machinery they bought, and the councils to continue working on skills development and also to divide roads between districts and allot responsibility between districts. I think that is an important reform, Minister Infrastructure, Minister Local Government, so that we accelerate that work. Accountability by district. And people must be asked questions why a particular pothole is growing and is not being fixed. MPs must ask those questions, walk into these districts, demand for potholes to be mended. Because the capacity is there now. The capacity is there, colleagues. Thank you. Madam Speaker, I am sure you are following that your government is upgrading airports across the country. Kasama Airport has been done, runway, landing lights, very important, landing lights, so we can land even at 01. Life must go on, work must go on even in the night. And many others, Solwezi, Chipata, Mongo is being worked on. And I want to say, Madam Speaker, let's not rush to creating new airports when we can rehabilitate existing airports. Because it will be quicker to do that, it will be less costly, and these airports will be accessible faster for business, for travel. I want to argue that let us not be wasteful as a people. Let us be prudent in the manner we utilize limited resources. Resources are always limited. So, Madam Speaker, the idea is that each province should have an airport of an international standard. Each province. Provincial capital, yes. But I must be quick to say, areas such as the northern Luapula region will have a lion's share because of the distances. For example, we're working on Chinsali Airport in Muchinga, but we're also working on Nakonde Airport. At the same time, we're working on Mansa Airport, but we're also working on the Cassava Bay Airport. So I ask the nation to understand why we're doing that, because the distances to those areas from here in Lusaka are further. And we need to access our areas across the country. So there's a reason to work on Zambezi Airport as well, because of the sheer distance. While Solwezi is there, Zambezi Airport must be done at the same time. To access Chavuma, Honorable Umai quickly, to access Kashinakash, to access Yambesh. Very important. I thought, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, I must emphasize that point because I hear a lot of comments, people make uninformed comments in the social media. Why certain things are being done. It is for these reasons. It's the right thing to do. We need to bring the country together. And certain decisions may not be seen to be equal. It's not about that. It is about that, but it's also not about that. It's necessity. So I thought I should make that point very clear, Madam Speaker. On the railway side, Madam Speaker, we're enhancing our competitiveness in the regional transport gateways such as the Lobito Corridor. We continue to work on that, Nakala Corridor, Beira Corridor, North-South corridors. Very important. Madam Speaker, I am pleased, extremely pleased, Madam Speaker, to use this opportunity to announce that after lengthy negotiations, we have now reached agreement on the revitalization of the Tazara railway line. So we will be moving quickly to implementation, signing off. This is a project we pushed and mooted in 2023 during our Zambia-China bilateral meetings in Beijing with Tanzania. I'm sorry, Madam Speaker, it took a bit long, but it was a complicated negotiations. And what you're going to have is a truly new, revitalized, with higher integrity of asset. Rolling stock, Minister of Transport is not here. Rolling stock, and many other things. We are aware that Zambia Railways is in a bad shape, but one thing at a time. Because as we build the economy, we also look at certain things we can do first, others thereafter. If we can do them together, we'll be happy to do that, Madam Speaker. Very happy to do that together. But lots of business opportunities. Our colleagues from Kapirimposhi, MP Kapirimposhi is here. Big things are happening in Kapirimposhi there, associated with that decision we've now reached, including a dry port there. Big things, I think you know. Thank you for finding land for the dry port in Kapirimposhi. So business in Kapirimposhi, Mukushi, Serenje, Mpika, all the way to the exit point. Honorable Mshanga, Madam Speaker, allow me to say I touched on Zambia Railways. I said Zambia Railways, we're working on that. But you also be happy that I'm coming to open Murungush Textiles shortly. You will be happy about that. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, we can do a lot more. We are doing these things under difficulties, but we can do a lot more. Working together. Working together. Working together. MP for Wacha. Working together. Working together. Not working against each other, but working together. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, land is the foundation of any economy, a critical asset for achieving national development, food security, social equity, peace, and economic growth. Madam Speaker, as a nation, we must ensure that every Zambian, regardless of gender, age, ability, or social status, has the opportunity to own land and use it productively, not sit on it. We are introducing land access windows, Madam Speaker. Minister of Lands is here, thank you, Madam, tailored for the small-scale farmers, entrepreneurs, cooperatives, and investors to ensure equitable distribution and use of land across various sectors and the country. Land has been one of the difficult ministries for many years, tied with local government. Many times we think land is only at lands. It's actually local government. A lot of land sits in the councils, council jurisdictions. And Ministry of Lands cedes some of its responsibilities to local government. And Minister of Local Government, you're working hard. Thank you very much, sir. But cooperation must improve between lands and local government. We need to work together. We need to work. Thank you very much. So in order to eliminate inefficiencies, human interference, I touched on that already, and corruption in our land administration, we are rolling out a comprehensive digitization, digital platform program that will include mapping all land parcels in the country to avoid one piece of land having 2 or so titles. One piece of land. It's unacceptable going forward. It's negative to development. To address the persistent delays and financial burden associated with land disputes, we will significantly strengthen the Lands Tribunal by increasing budgetary support and other operational support, including tools to operate. Every resettled family, Madam Speaker, every farmer, every investor deserves the security of tenure. Everybody deserves the security of tenure. Land title is important, but security of tenure is even more important because sometimes titles are disrespected. Maybe they were not issued properly. Maybe no one respects the law around that. And I want to urge fellow citizens, lawlessness does not pay, whether it's in mining or just it's in land. It does not pay at all. It damages. You may have temporal happiness, in the long term, it is damaging. So, to that extent, we aim to systematically issue titles in all resettlement areas. Vice President, thank you very much for your efforts. And designated farm blocks. I was talking about Kawamba area, Madam Speaker. And people are already encroaching into the beautiful Kawamba farm. And the farm management has to deal with issues that are unnecessary, including security of the crop when they produce the crop. I urge our citizens, lawlessness does not pay. Please, at any level, at all levels. Our traditional leaders are the custodians of over 70% of Zambia's land. We will be working closely with them. Local government minister have asked for a meeting here in Lusaka of all chiefs so we can manage these assets properly, whether mining or for settlement for agriculture. There is only one unitary state here. There are no 2, 3, 4 governments. There's only one treasury here. Where's the Minister of Finance? There's only one treasury here. What we are seeing is that there are multiple small treasuries emanating across the country, outside the law. That cannot work. That breeds a lot of problems along the way. So I'll be calling the chiefs here so that Minister of Mines, we manage the issues of access to mining, small-scale miners. There's a lot of charges coming through at the local level, making mining difficult, expensive. So is agriculture. So that meeting will take place, Madam Speaker, and we'll feed into you the results of that meeting, because you need to know what is going on. So I want to suggest and guide that we have to work with traditional leaders as one government, as one country. And sometimes the conduct there frightens investments, even investments from their own subjects. Because you invest, you make a bit of money, you progress, someone says, where is my fee? But that fee is not registered anywhere. I think we have an issue. But I'm a traditionalist myself. I love my traditional leaders. That's why we are building them houses. But we have to work together. So, we will work with our traditional leaders as the custodians of 70% of our land. We will work closely with them to do a couple of things, including to formalize customary land transactions. There's so much informality out there. Let's find we'll find a middle ground to formalize transactions there, train local land administrators, align customary allocations with national land use plans. At the moment, we are misaligned, completely misaligned, and creating conflict. Madam Speaker, we have witnessed the cost when companies neglect environmental safeguards. For instance, the toxic waste disaster in the Kafue River poisoned water and affected farmland. Mining companies must never be allowed to profit while destroying the land that sustains all of us. We are putting in place measures for tough enforcement and accountability, because land without protection is land at risk. So, Madam Speaker, the human and social development. There can be no human social development without economic growth. It is key to attaining a prosperous, resilient, and equitable Zambia. That is why since 2021, this government, your government, has been investing in education, in health, in water and sanitation. We've also been addressing vulnerabilities and inequality among our citizens. The free education policy, Madam Speaker, you will be proud, you should be proud that in 2022, this has given, since 2022 has given an opportunity to all our children, regardless of their socio-economic status, to attend school. And since then, Madam Speaker, we must be proud that over 2.3 million of our people, children, have gone back to school. 2.3 million. Just imagine what they were going to become without school. For a minute, what were they going to become? Madam Speaker, I beg to move. These learners, a number of them, Madam Speaker, have since returned to school. After returning to school, they've now moved on to progress towards tertiary education. Some of them have already, it's 4 years down the road, 3 years down the road, they've now moved to tertiary level education. This government, by providing skills training. We didn't leave them at secondary school, we are following them there. We are also following them into universities with meal allowances, with more bursaries. With more student loans. Madam Speaker, this will continue. No decent government, Madam Speaker, must ever tamper with free education. Going forward, no one should be allowed to tamper with free education. Education is the best investment, equalizer, and inheritance. No government going forward, Madam Speaker, we decree, should be allowed to remove free education. We should just grow the economy and raise the money to fund free education. Simple. We should all be agreed here. Otherwise, some of you would have never been members of parliament if you didn't receive free education from KK. So why would you want others to get less than what you got? I hope it will be recorded in the Hansard that no government will remove free education. Madam Speaker, thank you very much. To enhance access to quality education, Madam Speaker, we are accelerating school infrastructure development. Have we heard these comments, eh? School infrastructure development. There's nothing wrong with more kids looking for classroom space for free education. Our response is to build more schools. Our response is to buy more desks. Our response is to employ more teachers. Minister of Education, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think those are the correct responses. And we've seen, Madam Speaker, since 2022, over 2,800 additional classroom blocks have been constructed using CDF. 2,800. I hear some people say, are we going to eat CDF? Yes, this is food. This is food. For our people, this is food. This is food. We educate our people, they will find their own food because they're educated. So that is the correct position. We eat CDF. CDF is a game changer, Madam Speaker. In addition, Madam Speaker, 38 early childhood education hub centers are under construction. 38. And will be completed by 2026. Further, 110 early childhood education hub centers and 112 satellite centers have already been constructed. At tertiary level, Madam Speaker, our government resumed the construction of hostels that had stored in 8 public universities for over 8 years, 9 years. These construction sites became habitats for thieves. But your government has revived construction of hostels in 8 public universities. Once completed, over 8,400 additional bed spaces will be created for our students. Thank you. Madam Speaker, I think these are subjects that we must not quarrel because one is from this party, another is from another party. Because these things are for our children. There's no segregation there. Is there a label in the forehead that this is a PF child? Is the UPND child? Hakuna. There's nothing. Madam Speaker, I'm deeply humbled to discuss this subject because many of us are here because of education. Myself here. I'm here because of education. And I think it's important that when we're given an opportunity to run the country in different areas, as Member of Parliament, as Councillor, as President, we must do justice to the welfare of children, the future of our country. And I would expect that there will be less toxic talk around these issues, education, CDF, health. There should be less toxicity I see in social media. Madam Speaker, it's a matter of responsibility and humbleness when we address these subjects. Remember what we were, what we could have been way back. That your answer lies in there. They support this sector, Madam Speaker. Construction of more lecture theaters, staff houses, as I said, student hostels, Copperbelt University, University of Zambia, Mulungushi University, Chalimbana, Palavana, Mukuba, Robert Makasa, Kwame Nkrumah. Let's work together in these areas. Madam Speaker, our government has continued to ensure that no child sits on the floor. I've already talked about desks. It is not a reason to make arguments. If one more kid is sitting on the floor, we just buy one more or two more desks. That's all. And these House members here are the ones who should tell us that there are no desks in that school. And we respond. First, you respond yourself because you have your CDF. Respond on the ground. Madam Speaker, teacher deficit will be there because of these policies. They'll be there. We've employed a lot of teachers. Since we came in 2022, we have recruited 42,000 teachers. This year, we are going to recruit another 2,000 because they are needed to teach our children. Madam Speaker, I can say more, but it's important that we keep more learners' health and improve their learning outcomes. Government has continued to expand the homegrown school feeding program. The program has been extended to 106 districts this year, up from 70 in 2021. The number of beneficiaries has therefore increased to 4.6 million learners this year, from 1.9 million learners in 2021. Here are the numbers. We will expand the program to all the 116 districts to cover over 5 million learners. Madam Speaker, when we're challenged with resources, we work harder to generate more resources to fund these areas. Madam Speaker, the UPND New Dawn administration has prioritized skills development, as I said earlier on, as the driver for economic growth and transformation. And in 2024, student enrollment in TVETA institutions increased to 96,000 from 38,000 in 2021. 96 versus 38,000. We've also seen a marked increase in the number of female students participating in TVETA programs to 45,000 in 2024 from 16,000 in 2021. We're very proud of these young women, what they are doing out there and when they graduate. But Madam Speaker, this has been made possible by the bursary scheme under the enhanced CDF. This is what has enabled this to happen. It's a new innovation, never been there before. To increase access to skills training opportunities in rural areas, new trade training institutes have been constructed in Sesheke, Mporokoso, and Lundazi. In Lufanyama, construction of Chapula Vocational Training Center is underway, while the rehabilitation of Kaoma Trace Training Institute General, Kaoma Trades Training Institute. There you are, is underway. Madam Speaker, we have also introduced the Zambian National Service Voluntary Training. When we talked about it, Madam Speaker, it was like pep talk. It is real. We have since now taken in the first intake of the voluntary national service. And I'm very pleased to say it is oversubscribed. And we did not go back to the Treasury for money. We were ingenious and funded it within the envelope, including volunteer sponsors such as myself. Madam Speaker, I am sponsoring 200 students in undergoing national service from all the 156 constituencies. And I encourage people in this house to do the same. I encourage people in this house to do the same. National service is good training. Take it from me. National service is good training. The Speaker knows this. She went through it. Those of us who went through that program appreciate the value of that program. We can also trace the behaviors, those who went and those who didn't. So we urge more of our youth to take advantage of vocational and skills training programs and become productive citizens. As we have always stated, education outwits any other investment. Madam Speaker, the health and well-being of our people remain at the core of our development agenda. In view of the declining global health financing landscape, our government has enhanced domestic investment in the health programs. These include programs related to HIV, AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, non-communicable diseases, primary health care, community health, as well as medical supply chains and digital health systems. Madam Speaker, since 2021, we've constructed 282 new health facilities. I followed debates. I heard someone was saying this government is not building new facilities. 282 new facilities across the country. These include 7 level 1 hospitals. Because the argument was that you're only building Pikinini clinics. Pikinini is small, Madam Speaker. Small clinic. But here we are, 7 level 1 hospitals. 7. Most of them, yes, on the Copper Belt, Eastern and Mushili. Very good. To Bombere Chapam. I'm saying we work together, Madam. I'm sorry, Madam Speaker. I'm sorry. So, 7 level 1 hospitals, 101 mean hospitals, 101 mean hospitals, 33 health centers, and 131 health posts. Of these facilities, 164 were constructed using the CDF. Further, 206 maternity annexes. Madam Speaker, I want to thank these members of Parliament for heeding the call, all of them, for heeding the call to attach maternity wings to every health center. I want to thank you, Madam, and your House for heeding that, so mothers can deliver in safe environments, with running water, with electricity, solar, as it may be. Very important, Madam Speaker. And we should be proud members of this House that we are able to ease the situation our mothers face. Most of us had no opportunities like that, never born like that. But it's our reason to do better, so that those coming after us will find better facilities. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we are employing health workers. You can't just build level 1 hospitals without workers. Since we came in, we have, Madam Speaker, 18,000 health workers have been recruited. 18,000. This year, we're recruiting another 2,000. our investments in health sector are bearing fruit. We have indeed continued to take health services closer to our people. As we said, Madam Speaker, government will continue to modernize and expand our health infrastructure. Our government will expedite the completion of the King Salman bin Abdulaziz Specialized Hospital for Women and Children in the Chawama area. We will also expedite the completion of the rehabilitation of the Cancer Disease Hospital in Lusaka and in Ndola. It is all moving very, very well. These facilities are expected to substantially reduce the financial, Madam Speaker, and emotional specialized treatment outside the country. Sometimes our citizens don't make it. They die on the way. It's our duty to develop local capacity. Hence these investments, Madam Speaker. And this House must support these investments. We can't do it in every location, but if we have Lusaka, we have Ndola, at least we have 2 big centers where our citizens can go, instead of going to India, to South Africa all the time. I think this House, Madam Speaker, must pay particular attention to this issue. It's a very important issue. To improve our ability to detect and respond to public health threats and emergencies, we have enhanced disease surveillance at all major ports of entry and in other strategic locations. Further, Madam Speaker, we have increased immunization coverage for children under 1 year. Numbers again, from 75% to 81% in 2024. The local manufacture, Madam Speaker, I have good news here. The local manufacture of vaccines, such as cholera and other medicines, as well as medical accessories, are moving forward rapidly and will continue to receive high priority. You will see when the budget comes, we will continue to invest in health. Continue. Availability of essential medicines and medical supplies, Madam Speaker, is critical to the provision of quality health services. We are taking appropriate measures to improve the availability of medicines and supplies in all our health facilities, Madam Speaker. To this end, we are strengthening the management of the supply chain for medicines and medical supplies. We are reorganizing the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency. Madam Speaker, ZAMSA, yes, ZAMSA, to enhance its efficiency, reliability and responsiveness. Madam Speaker, we are strengthening enforcement of the laws to address systematic pilferage of drugs. Systematic, over many years. If you look at public sector colleagues that are in jail, a number of them are in the health sector for many years. This thing has to come to an end, Madam Speaker. Our efforts have more than doubled. The availability of medicines and medical supplies in our health facilities, Madam Speaker, have improved from 44% in 2021 to 85% currently. Numbers again. Madam Speaker, we warn all those involved in the theft of medicines, all of you, theft of medicines and medical supplies meant for our ordinary citizens, the long arm of the law will catch up with you. We are currently, Madam Speaker, I want to announce emphatically, we are currently using the results of the ZAMSA independent forensic audit, which we instigated, not anyone else. Don't listen to anyone telling you that they did that. We did it. Forensic audit, we will arrest have been effected, and more arrests will be effected. Prosecute this and ultimately jail them when they are found wanting. Madam Speaker, We are also going to do asset recoveries. If you store medicines, you build a house, we are coming for that house. We are coming for that house. We are coming for that house. Right? Yes. Coming for that house. Yeah. Coming for that house. We need to send a signal, Madam Speaker. We need to send a signal. Because what is the point someone stole $1 million equivalent of drugs? They are prosecuted. They are jailed for 3 years. After remission, 1.5 years they come out. And they find $900,000 intact. They will steal again. If they don't steal, they will encourage their relative who they employed in the system to steal. Because it's not frightening. We need to make it frightening to do that. So, Madam Speaker, I want to emphasize here that the audit brought out a lot of glaring issues, systemic problems, but also just sheer courage to take what is not yours. Just sheer courage. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But this is what we instigated the audit for. And we're working on it. There is no issue, Madam Speaker. I want to say we must distinguish being arrested for theft and prosecuted and jailed from loss of democratic space. We must distinguish the two. I hear people saying, no, we are being targeted. There's no one targeted. If you didn't steal, the audit will find you innocent. So nobody is being targeted here. It's different. This is not the same as loss of democratic space and human rights. What about the rights of patients, Madam Speaker? When you steal drugs, what about the right of patients? I think this House must come to consensus on this matter. Yes, we must have consensus on this matter. Madam Speaker, I am hanging on this subject deliberately because I am an active individual. I scan what is being said, allegations being made. The fact that maybe your nephew was involved, your nephew was not targeted. The correct thing is to tell your nephew not to steal from the public. Rather than say you are being targeted. By who? This is not correct. As leaders, we must not behave like ostriches, burying our heads in the sand. Only the head, the rest of the body is outside. Madam Speaker, there are no sacred cows in fighting theft and corruption in this area and other sectors. I think we have now been proven true, correct. In the beginning, I came to this House and I made these statements. People say, there's nothing. No. Now they're saying, no, we are being victimized. Earlier, they were saying, no, there is no fight against corruption. Convictions are coming, forfeitures are coming, the argument has changed. No, we are being targeted. There's no one being targeted here. There's no one being targeted. There's no one being targeted. No. If you didn't steal, how can you be arrested if you didn't steal? Go to court, you prove yourself innocent. Why do you fear going to court? Go to court. The courts are there to prove you innocent. So you are creating politics and arguments of absence of democratic space and human rights. You are trying to be an ostrich. You hide the truth. The rest of your body is outside. We will extricate the body and lock the body. Madam Speaker, let me ask for the cooperation of this House. Let me ask for the cooperation of this House. We are leaders here. We must tell the truth. We must all act correctly. We must act correctly. If we don't act correctly, And when you are found wanting, you cry foul. You start alleging other things that don't exist. This should come to an end, Madam Speaker. People are stealing cannulas. The nurse wants to put a cannula on a patient. In the stores, it shows it's there. When you go in the stores, it's not there. Yes, everything. Anything, everything. I want to encourage, Madam Speaker, I don't want the House to get too excited. Madam Speaker, I beg to move. I beg to move. Here is my advice to people in this House and this country. If you know there's a particular person who stole something, go to the police. Go to the police. Thank you. I think we've talked candidly today. And Madam Speaker, I was gunning for this, to talk about this openly, strongly, and emphatically. We must stand as one. On the fight against corruption, on theft, we must stand as one. There should be no isms there. No, because I don't belong to this church. Religion. No. Ethnicity. No. Political party allegiance. No. The people we have arrested, some were employed by MMD, some were employed by PF, some were employed by UPND. They all go in. Let's agree on that. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, our people need nutrition, good nutrition. That is why we need to improve our agriculture. Madam Speaker, our mothers, very proud to say, are now delivering from health facilities. Very proud. And the UN system is looking at what we are doing here. We must be proud ourselves. Together, this House, councils, we must work together in this area to make more facilities available to our people. Maternity facilities at every health facility. Thank you to you all MPs. Please use that money which you have through CDF properly. This is one area the money must go into. Maternity wings, with running water, with lighting. I believe, Madam Speaker, around water, it's enough to say that we've sunk over 2,000 boreholes, 491 piped water schemes, 671 boreholes rehabilitated. New ones, rehabilitations as well. Let's not abandon old boreholes. Let's clean them up. It's lower cost to clean them up, reticulate them. Let's utilize the assets we have before we build new ones. Very important. And this is happening across the country. These facilities are benefiting, Madam Speaker, over 687,000 people across the country. Madam Speaker, we have expanded various aspects of water provision. I want to encourage this House to complete projects on time. I've also an observation, Madam Speaker, where we are overspending. MPs, supervise the cost of sinking boreholes. You have constituency offices. You have CDF motor vehicles, which we agreed and we've allocated. You have, yes. Madam Speaker, I don't need your protection, but hear me out, colleagues, hear me out. The Speaker and I have discussed that issue of councils not availing parliamentary vehicles for the use of the constituencies. The Speaker and I have discussed this issue and we'll be looking at solutions to that. Those vehicles were meant to do the business of the constituencies, not other things. So let's park that for now. We'll be working on it. But it's well understood, and so is the case for police vehicles. Crime in the constituencies must be fought. Minister of Home Affairs. Those vehicles primarily are to fight crime in each constituency. And every constituency has one. So therefore the movements must be largely localized, right? And efficiently used. Thank you, Minister, for managing those vehicles, because it's essential that you can't work in isolation. Police vehicles are connected to Home Affairs. CDF vehicles are connected to local government. But constituencies are part of local government, isn't it? So it's a question of agreeing how to work there. But now the ambulances will be connected to health. Pembera first. Madam Speaker, I'm saying wait a bit. We'll be okay. I watch the chat around there. There's no problem. We'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. It's part of the legacy of the procurement chain associated with COVID. But we are okay. We'll be okay. I think the majority are already here. And you are free to monitor those things. And I'm happy you are monitoring. So let's work as a team. So, Madam Speaker, going forward, this government will continue with efforts aimed at improving availability of clean and safe water and sanitation facilities for all citizens, not for some. Madam Speaker, the coming in of solar has changed our lives for the better. Means we can provide water everywhere and anywhere in the country. We can have a flush toilet anywhere in the country. When we spoke about that, Vice President and I chatted, we said, we'll break new ground. We're breaking new ground. And let's work together. Let's work together in this area. Solar enables us to draw water from the underground or surface and take it to our people in an acceptable manner. Madam Speaker, social protection. Government has been implementing a number of social protection programs to reduce poverty and inequality in the country. The programs will include social cash transfer, ordinary. We had enhanced social cash transfer during the drought, food security pack, cash for work, and women and youth empowerment. Madam Speaker, since 2021, your government has increased the number of beneficiary households on the regular social cash transfer from 895,000 in 2021 to 1.3 million households to date. During the drought, Madam Speaker, which we experienced, government introduced the emerging social cash transfer and cash for work programs. In addition, we increased the number of vulnerable but viable households benefiting under the food security pack. Further, Madam Speaker, we implemented the community sale of maize at food reserve agents' depots and the sale of affordable meal to our communities across the country. Madam Speaker, I would like this House to take note that when there's a disaster like we had the drought, we must not connect the commercial issues that obtain in an ordinary year. I'm reading a lot of people making stories, creating mountains out of nothing. Any government faced with a disaster, it has to find money to save its own people. This government is not different. Why should we have not responded and allowed our people to die? We declared that no one would die out of hunger, and nobody died. We had to put interventions. That is not ordinary financial management. It is a disaster. I follow countries, when they have floods, governments move in. When they have droughts, government move in. When there are diseases like COVID, governments move in. The COVID vaccine was not paid for commercially. So why should we be talking about Tanzania maize? Why? We needed the maize to feed our people. It's deep. For my sins of the past, business commercial issues are different from saving people in a disaster. I would like this debate to come to really some sensible end. That's why FRI is buying more maize this year, to make sure that we don't know how the weather will be. Some maize may be destroyed. It rained in northern province yesterday. And Katete, eastern province. These are disasters. When did you ever have rains in September? It's not normal. Yeah, it comes early in northern. So, colleagues, Madam Speaker, we need to distinguish between disasters and ordinary course of business. And I see people are clubbing these issues and making confused statements and even enjoying the lead statements from people who don't understand what is happening. Let them argue because they're ignorant. We together are sharing information here. Madam Speaker, I have a message here. Cash for work will continue. Cash for work will continue. I have said it. Cash for work will continue. Because we have kids who are not in secondary school, free education, and primary. We have kids who are not in skills training. We have kids who are not in university and are receiving bursaries. They need to be given an opportunity to do gainful work rather than begging. We think it's better to teach people the culture of work in exchange for money rather than begging. I think it's in the long run, it's good for us as a country. So cash for work is here to stay. Management improvements will continue, but is here to stay for now. Not until go and work first. Go and work first. Yeah. Madam Speaker, the environment is a very important issue, and we want to make sure that when we grow our economy, as we grow our economy, we are not damaging our environment. Very, very important. We should not damage our environment as we grow. Madam Speaker, government has continued to implement afforestation programs to enhance conservation, essential conservation, also looking for alternative energy for cooking. What is damaging our environment largely is, amongst other factors, the need to generate cooking facilities for our people. So we need to continue looking for alternative cooking options, energy for our people who need it. Madam Speaker, I talked already about good governance issues. Good governance is fundamental in consolidating our socio-economic gains. We have made progress in implementing various government reforms aimed at promoting human rights and freedom. We have entrenched transparency and accountability and enhanced participation in decision-making, as well as continued strengthening of our democracy, separating democratic space from thieving. We separate the two. We should not join them together. They are not twins. They are different. They are different. We have continued to enhance access to justice and observance of the rule of law. Madam Speaker, since assuming office, we have accelerated the implementation of the decentralization program. Very important. We have taken resources away from the center. Madam Speaker, away from the center. Lusaka was managing all our resources to the exclusion of the regions and abusing the resources from Lusaka here, as you can see from certain court cases. A clear abuse of colossal amounts of money. We would rather have that money going to the local areas, and we'll continue doing that. And as such, Madam Speaker, we are happy that CDF alone disbursed over 16 billion kwacha. CDF alone since 2022. That is intentional. It's not a mistake. It's by design, so that local people can access those resources and decide their priorities. I've also heard one of us in this house complaining that the center is dictating certain decisions. Yes. Education, yes. Water supply, yes. Health centers, yes. Why not? Because you may decide to use money for certain things that do not help the people. So certain guidelines are essential, madam. Maternity, yes. Right? Yes. And I'm hoping, Madam Speaker, that we don't develop small thieves in the local areas. We're big thieves in Lusaka. So now small thieves, we must deal with them early on. We must deal with them early on, colleagues. This is not a joke. It's not a joke. The idea was to take away money from misuse in Lusaka to the local areas. Your areas, you MPs. And that's why we are pushing on you to go back to the chambers, so that you can lead the decisions on the use of those resources. So I don't see what's wrong with that, Madam Speaker. Because you are here representing your constituencies to allocate money. But when it's sent there to be utilized, you are not there. Is that not a distortion? It is a distortion. So we expect your support. This is not a partisan issue. It is a national development issue, colleagues. It's not a partisan issue. So reflect, those who don't want to support Bill 7, reflect. Madam Speaker, we have established an online citizen support portal services. I want to encourage citizens to raise issues, not in the streets, not on Facebook, but to raise issues through the channels that are established, so that we can uptake those issues and deal with them. And MPs, councillors, mayors, chairpersons must help in this process to sift through citizens' concerns, which must come to this House and to the government. By the way, this House, judiciary, executive, we are one. We are one, part of one government. Sometimes I see the behavior like we are different. No, we are one. Just one. Just separate functions, but one. Madam Speaker, I want to honor, I want to confirm that we are honoring our commitment to upholding the rule of law and constitutionalism. I want to repeat, maybe for the last time today, arresting and prosecuting lawbreakers is not equivalent to loss of democratic space and human rights. The two are not the same. You stay away from crime. Nobody will touch you. Madam Speaker, me, I was accused of many things in opposition. And I challenged people to go to court. When they didn't take me to court, I went to court myself. I went to court myself. That this one is alleging I stole this. And I won court cases. No one should be afraid. No one should be afraid. I was accused of having stolen a Lima Bank house. Every year, noise. So I said, go to police and report. They didn't report. I went to report, Madam Speaker, and I won the case. The house never belonged to Lima Bank. Never, ever. Never. I bought it on open tender. No one should be afraid of protecting yourselves within the law. So let's stop spoiling young people. We're spoiling young people. Let's not continue in that direction. Madam Speaker, I can tell you that we've restored professionalism in our law enforcement to some extent, and we'll continue to work on those areas that are still lacking. Madam Speaker, I want to thank the Zambian citizens for embracing this change and upholding tenets of good citizenship. I want to thank the citizens. This is the peaceful atmosphere we expect from all of us, including us in this House. As we enter the election season, Madam Speaker, next year we will not tolerate any lawlessness of whatever form, before, during, and after elections. We have enhanced the capacity of the judiciary, National Prosecution Authority, and Public Protector. Currently, the High Court is present in all the 10 provinces. Let's use the court systems instead of settling scores outside the court. But if you negotiate, even better. You negotiate, even better. So we don't congest the courts. In addition, Madam Speaker, government is now conducting mobile court sessions in correctional facilities. To accelerate dispensation of justice and reduce case loads. However, we acknowledge that more work needs to be done. Madam Speaker, I'm the first one. We are the first one to acknowledge that more work needs to be done in every sphere, because so many years we were not addressing things in this country. And we want to thank the leaders before us for their efforts. We continue on a building block basis to further improve our country. Madam Speaker, our stance on zero tolerance to corruption and economic crimes has remained firm. Now, people have seen what we were doing quietly. They've now seen it. And I think we hope it will be a deterrent to others, including those of us in office today. We hope it will be a deterrent to us to do what is correct with public resources. Very important. We've expedited the disposal of cases on corruption and the economic crimes through the establishment of the Economic and Financial Crimes Court. We've increased funding and enhanced capacity of our law enforcement agencies and oversight bodies. Madam Speaker, our successes are affirmed by our country's improved corruption perception index. The score that we achieved in 2021 was 33. Now 2024 is 39. That is a 6-point movement for the better. We didn't assess this. It's an international assessment. Further, our global ranking has improved to 92. This way, the measure is different. 92 from 117. We have upgraded out of 180 countries during the same period. So, again, facts are there. And we shouldn't say things based on other things. Facts are there. This has reversed the years of decline and stagnation experienced during the period preceding August 2021. Madam Speaker, your government will continue to build a culture of integrity. It's a tough road, but we'll continue building this culture. We need a society that rewards ethical conduct, not other things. No. Society must reward good conduct, not bad conduct. A society that values hard work, Madam Speaker, hard work. A society that frowns upon corruption, not dancing for it. No, that's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Therefore, our commitment to the fighting the past, present, and future corruption remains unshaken. What is not yours is not yours. What is for the public is for the public. What belongs to the citizens is for the citizens of Zambia. We will never allow a few individuals to benefit from and abuse public assets at the expense of the majority. And then you call yourselves businessmen. Icona. No. The two are different. You want to be called a businessman or businesswoman, do genuine business. Go and irrigate 200 hectares. We'll support you. And you make money. 2 center pivots, 50 hectares, 100 hectares, you irrigate, you make real money. 2 crops a year, you make real money. You don't have to steal from the poor in order to make money. Madam Speaker, we need to distinguish genuine business from corruption. I think that is the work we need to do. Currently, we pull these two together. No. We shouldn't do that. We should not do that. We will never allow individuals to benefit from by abusing the majority. No. In our effort, Madam Speaker, in our effort to respect and protect human rights, government has continued to decentralize legal offices across the country, districts, for example. Since 2021, we have opened additional offices in 15 districts. 15. These include Mporokoso, Kawambwa, Lundazi, Kaoma, Zambezi, and Lusaka, which was established this year. Madam Speaker, we are providing mobile legal aid services in Luangwa, Chongwe, Siavonga, Chirundu, Sesheke, Kalabo, and Kabompo. This is in addition to legal services units and paralegal desks at police stations, correctional facilities, and courts. These improvements, Madam Speaker, in the provision of legal aid services are yielding positive results. As of June this year, over 55,000 people countrywide received legal aid assistance from the Legal Aid Board. That's a big number. This is in keeping with the principle of access to justice and human rights for all across the provinces of our country. Madam Speaker, the House may recall that Access to Information Act was signed into law on the 15th of December, 2023. We are therefore pleased to announce to the nation that the Access to Information regulations have since been issued to facilitate full implementation of the Access to Information law. The procedures are in place now. Let's use them. Let's utilize this facility. This legislation marks a significant step towards enhancing transparency and accountability in government operations. This legislation will enhance public participation, promote good governance, and combat corruption. Madam Speaker, credible elections constitute a critical hallmark of a functioning democracy. As a country, we pride ourselves in having peaceful and credible elections with a peaceful transition from one administration to another. In preparation for the general election in August next year, the Electoral Commission of Zambia will conduct a country-wide voter education and mass registration of voters. We urge eligible citizens to register as voters and exercise their democratic right to vote. Madam Speaker, since 2021, our foreign policy has been anchored on two pillars: economic diplomacy on one hand, peace, security, and stability on the other. We are consolidating our position as a competitive economic regional hub. We are deepening strategic partnerships and cooperation. I'm sure you are seeing that. We are expanding trade, attracting investments, boosting tourism, and food security for the nation and the region. Madam Speaker, food security for ourselves and for the region. If the region is hungry, they'll walk into our country. Isn't it? Smuggling increases. So your government's approach is to trade with neighboring countries formally. We produce here more, we then trade with them formally, rather than through cross-border activities that are illegal. I think it's important. So on this call, Madam Speaker, we are working with countries around us who are now wanting to buy food from us in a proper manner. As we speak, I think there's a delegation from two countries working on agreeing transactions with us. So then we can produce more and grow our economy. We want to see more MPs irrigating in your constituency so that your voters can learn from you. Produce more. I repeat, Madam Speaker, it's very important that leaders must lead by example. Madam Speaker, our country continues to play its role in the region in terms of peace building. On the continent, Madam Speaker, your President has now been asked to sit on a small committee in the AU to be part of the AU reforms. And our inputs there will be to focus Africa from just politicking but to economic development. Too much politicking, let's do too much business, too much investment, too much. Yes. So, Madam Speaker, we will ask for the collective wisdom of all of the people in this House to take views that represent you and the country. Not our views, but your views. But you can count on us. We'll be very strong there. We are already strong. We'll be very strong there, so that Africa can exonerate itself from abuse. Too much abuse. But most of it is our own making, because we are not acting correctly. We're not acting correctly. You know? So, Madam Speaker, you in particular, I will ask for your help, Madam. Thank you. And I know your help means is coming from these MPs as you work with them. Madam Speaker, we must keep our country secure. Instability should have no place in this country. Whatever issue a citizen has, a political party has, come to the dialogue table. Don't instigate conflict and destabilize the country, because that will take away our agenda of economic and social development. Let's not do that. That's a no-go area, whether through illegal mining or through political conduct. No more thuggery in the bus stops. No more thuggery in the markets. No more thuggery in the streets. So we can move our economy to a 24-hour economy. Without crime being down, you cannot have a 24-hour economy. Minister of Home Affairs, we've chatted a lot on this matter. We need people to move freely in our country. Madam Speaker, I wish to move towards conclusion. In our inaugural address to this August House on 10th September 2021, we laid out an ambitious agenda centered on macroeconomic stabilization and reforms for growth, robust human and social development, environmental sustainability, and strong commitment to good governance. Madam Speaker, we committed to restoring fiscal discipline and addressing our country's debt burden. This was critical for broader economic recovery and growth, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this administration, the People's Administration, the UPND New Dawn administration, has scored in a lot of areas, on many fronts, for the 20 million Zambians. Today, we have highlighted substantial progress, Madam Speaker, which has been recorded in our 4 years in government. Substantial progress. This is what government should do when they're elected into office. Nothing else. Not taking from the people, but giving through development. Madam Speaker, I beg to make this point clear. Governments, governments are elected to work for the people, not for themselves. We work for the people, our own interests will be taken care of, not the other way around. This culture must change, Madam Speaker. The economy, Madam Speaker, has been resuscitated and is back on a positive growth trajectory. I gave the figures earlier. Significant strides in debt restructuring have been registered. International financial credibility has been restored, Madam Speaker. I can confidently say that. An unprecedented bumper harvest has been recorded. Increased foreign direct investments have been realized in various sectors of our economy. This is the evidence. We talked of S3, we talked of Mopani, we talked of so many. This is the evidence. There's no other evidence, Madam Speaker. It is through projects and the jobs that come as a result. Madam Speaker, the increased foreign direct investment would have never been possible without the reforms that this government has put in place. Never possible. Never. So we need to accept that reforms work, painful as they may be, they work, they deliver results. If you run government without reforms, it means you run the way it has always been run. And if it's been run by delivering a minus 2.8% GDP growth, you'll find yourself in that situation. So you have to put in reforms to change things for the better. This is it. So, Madam Speaker, I don't want to repeat what we've said already, but agriculture must move faster. We have to work together on that. Madam Speaker, our drive towards decentralization has enhanced the governance system and empowered our people to participate in local economic development. The enhanced CDF, the enhanced CDF has been a game changer. Madam Speaker, I want to see one amongst us who has not recorded benefits out of CDF in here, in their constituents. Just one. I'm only looking for one who says, constituents, there has been no benefit. There is no classroom built. There is no clinic. There is no new bore. I want to see one. Just one hand here. Honorable Kafwaya, you have seen. Madam Speaker, this is a light moment, but it's a serious issue. This instrument, if we use it properly, the country will change in a couple of years and change forever. Forever. And there's no constituents that should lag behind. Colleagues, why we are saying certain decisions will remain central is to make sure the minimums are available across the country, such as schools, health centers, water, right? Maternity wings, roads. If you don't buy roads, we will force you to do it. I mean, if you don't buy road making machines, we'll force you to do it. Because we don't want our citizens in your constituents to be left behind. No, it's not about UPND or PF or TONSE. It's about the people, Madam Speaker. This thing is about the people. It's not about a political party. Abena Kafwaya, landeni tumfwe. Pire chitika in your constituents. Madam Speaker, can you allow me to misbehave? We shout here for Honorable Kafwaya. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, on a more serious note, we are not enemies of each other. We are competitors, but we are not enemies of each other. And it's important to remember that we are not enemies. We are citizens of the same country, serving the same people in our democracy. That's the way it should be. So, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, let us utilize these facilities across the country effectively. Let us not build substandard things. Let us check the quality of work. Let us check the cost of work. Let us deliver. Those local contractors we're empowering, if they are not delivering, remove them. Yes. Yes. Because it was meant for them to earn income while they deliver services. But the subcontracts are given, Minister of Infrastructure knows, subcontracts are given to them, 20%, 25%, Madam Speaker, they don't deliver. Then they cry that we are not giving them business. Who suffers? It's the people, isn't it? So let's monitor. Let's monitor. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, this government means well. We have no ill intentions against any MP, councillor, chairman, mayor, any constituency. If we quarrel, we are quarreling because work must be done. And that's a health quarrel. Very simple. So, I want to say, Madam Speaker, free education has been delivered for all our children. Social protection programs are available for all our people in all the provinces. Recruitment of teachers. There has been no selectivity here. There is no kapatulula here. Absolutely. Madam Speaker, numbers don't lie. The Minister of Education is there. He can release how many teachers were included from which province. All the provinces are there. The health minister is here. Is there. All the health workers were recruited. The data shows that this district, this province provided so many. That's what the government must be. Honestly speaking, Madam Speaker. And we must all learn from each other here and do things better in future. So, everybody is benefiting. Military, army, national service, police, correctional services. Every child of Zambia from every part has been recruited. Those that have been recruited represent Zambia. And we are doing this, Madam Speaker, deliberately to walk away from habits of the past so that we can show that this government means well, does not discriminate. If you feel anything, you have data, forward the data. We will look at it. Simple. Honorable members, Bwana Mukubwa has provided teachers and policemen. Bwana Mukubwa provided soldiers, national service. Some of the kids were training with my son at national service from Bwana Mukubwa. He's even made friends with them. That is what this country is becoming now. A country for all, Madam Speaker. A country for all. Madam Speaker, we have remained resolute in our commitment to transparency and accountability. The anti-corruption fight is yielding results. The rule of law continues to be strengthened. We have a lot of work to do, admittedly. As the UPND government, we promised in opposition, we are delivering in government. No question about it. I hear people say this government has not delivered anything. Get a piece of paper, check on your left what we said we'll do, tick on the right. You can pass or fail that exam on your own. Yeah, absolutely, on your own. Free education. Is there no tick there? CDF over 1 million. It's actually 1.3 million, 1.4 million equivalent now. You can tick. NAPSA partial withdrawal. You can tick. Retirement benefits. You can tick. Too many things. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. You can now wear any color of dress you want. Any color. No one will attack you. If you wore red 4 years and 3 months ago, you were dead meat. It's no longer there. That's a fact. Madam Speaker, this government promised. This government is delivering. This government knows that it still has to work hard in energy. And ideas are welcome, as your investments are welcome. Madam Speaker, I want to say that any member of parliament who has an energy project, let them contact the Minister of Energy and that project will be taken seriously. Anyone. Anyone. Even you, if you can do 2 megawatts as an MP, Honorable Mabumba, if you can do 0.5 megawatt, we will support you. We will support you in your constituents or anywhere else. Awena Chirufya. 2 megawatts, we will support you. Honorable China, you can do 100 megawatts. We will support you. Madam Speaker, this is not a joke. It's a light moment, but that man spent many years in China. He must now use his network and bring more investors from China. And we will support him. Very strongly, we will support you, sir. That is what we need for the country. Madam Speaker, Our pursuit of a better, prosperous, resilient, and equitable Zambia demands from us, patriotism, peace, and national unity. Let every Zambian, young and old, regardless of gender or creed, reaffirm unwavering commitment to the sacred principles of patriotism, peace, and national unity. All of us. As we conduct ourselves, let's remember we have a responsibility to the unity of our country and development. With integrity, Madam Speaker, determination and hard work, a better Zambia is guaranteed. A Zambia that is prosperous and equitable for all. A Zambia abounding in opportunity, fairness, inclusivity, and resilience in our shared future and destiny. Madam Speaker, we have what it takes to transform and continue growing the economy. Sometimes we are unaware of our capabilities, but we have the capabilities collectively, together, including our business community out there. We have the integrity, we have the capacity, which we need to continuously transform into actions. We have the talent, collectively, and the competence. I can assure you, from citizens working in international organizations, Zambian citizens, they are doing very well. And they are respected out there. And more have been employed since we formed government. And we are supporting them. We know the capabilities of Zambians through those who represent us. All of you seated here are talented. You just need to find your talent. You are talented. Utilize it. To utilize it, you have to work hard. We have the capacity. We have, Madam Speaker, the trust of the people. We seated in here can graciously say to the people of Zambia, thank you for trusting us. Because you are all trusted by the people here. That's why you are seated here. Let us not abuse that trust. Let us utilize it in order to generate value. That trust is rare. The patience Zambians gave us during the drought, no one went into the streets. They allowed us to work out mechanisms. You, Parliament, legislated. That's the trust people gave us. Madam Speaker, the Zambian people expect a lot more from us. There's no question about that. Let us work hard together for the good of all our fellow citizens without leaving anyone behind. The country and our people are safe in our collective hands. The problems we face, we shall overcome over time. Rome was not built in a day. We shall overcome. Madam Speaker, it is now our honor and privilege to declare this 5th session of the 13th National Assembly officially open. Madam Speaker, God bless our efforts. God bless our people. God bless our country, Zambia, Africa, and our collective humanity. Madam Speaker, we thank you all in this House and across our country for your kind attention. Thank you. Okay, that's it.
That marks the end of the address by the Republican President. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, and this address was premised under the theme consolidating economic and social gains towards a prosperous, resilient and equitable Zambia.
Yes, and at the beginning, that we saw the president actually, just when the House, when he was about to begin his speech, he did make mention to honor the late 6th President of the Republic of Zambia, His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu, who died in Pretoria, South Africa on 5th June 2025. And then this, he did mention that he did actually stand in solidarity with the family and the country, and was offering them deepest prayers and heartfelt condolences, and also recognition of the service that